Thank you for watching indeed. We are coming to you from the comfort of our own homes and into yours. The Championship Dart Circuit is proud to present the CDC Championship League Canadian Division Premier Match of the Week, presented by Magic Darts Incorporated. Hello again, everyone. I'm Colin Cosell, and I thank you all for joining us for this final regular season match of this virtual league. 7 weeks, 42 matches, 14 men entered, 8 advanced. One will win it all, and the only bit of business that remains is the posterity for our two competitors tonight, Jim Long and Keifer Durham. With a win or tie tonight, Jim will secure the number 2 seed. Keifer needs to win outright to claim the same. Either way, these two will be playing again in the first round on the Friday night, a mere 48 hours from now, and we will get to know them a little bit better in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead. We know every matchup for this Friday in the divisional finals. Of course, last night we had Nick Lindberg and Larry Butler with a 7-7 tie. But the divisional semifinals on the Dart Connect Showcase, it will be Lindberg versus Pulio, Mawson versus Laube, Campbell versus Edmonds, and Long, once again, versus Durham. Who will be the number 2 and number 3 seed there? We'll find out tonight. Regardless, all 4 matches will happen at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and all can be viewed on Dart Connect TV. We will have a viewing party as well. And then after that, the divisional finals will take place next Tuesday as a live streaming doubleheader. So mark your calendars now. But let's have one final look at the standings, shall we? In the Canadian division, it's Campbell, it's Long, it's Durham, and Edmonds in that order. Second and third will be decided tonight, unfortunately, and sadly, Ross Snook, Sean Brenneman, and Kerry Way are out. Their regular season is done. Their season in general is done, and we thank them for being a part of the production and for being a part of this league and part of the pivot to bring you live sports during this pandemic. And now over to the United States division, which is very much etched in stone after last night's 7-7 tie between Lindberg and Butler. It is Lindberg, Mawson, Laube, Pulio, and sadly, Millar, Cheney, and Butler are out on the sidelines. They will now be cheering for their friends and watching with the rest of us. Again, a huge thanks to Jeremiah, Joe, and Larry for all of their hard work. And to Nick Lindberg, congratulations on the number 1 seed, and the same to Matt Campbell as well. All right, let's get back to tonight. You know these men, you know Jim, you know Keifer, but here's a refresher in case you suffer from quarantine brain. Keifer Durham, 25 years young, a standout in the Evolution Tour, is now making waves in the CDC from Barrie, Ontario. And Jim Long, only 26 years his senior, doesn't look it though, from Wardsville, Ontario, currently resides in London, Ontario. And both of them fierce competitors, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them tonight. And we will get to chat with Jim and Keifer in just a moment. Just another quick reminder that Friday is the Dart Connect Showcase of our 4 division semifinals at 8 p.m. Eastern. And also this week's sweepstakes will be officially underway at the conclusion of this match. A winner to be announced next week will win a signed set of Adrian Lewis darts. Not the darts themselves, but the packaging. They will also win a set of Fit Flight Air signature Ross Snook flights and a Fit Flight case to boot. All you got to do is go to the Facebook page for Champ Darts, at Champ Darts. Click the link pinned to the top of the Championship Dart Circuit Facebook page. Answer all 3 questions correctly based on the live match you are watching tonight. And then you can enter the sweepstakes. And all the answers can be found on Dart Connect Match Report. It's basically like a Cliff's Notes. All of this, by the way, brought to you by our sponsor, Magic Darts Incorporated. And hey, while I'm talking about them, why not a word from our sponsors? And just a reminder that a-zdarts.com has a promo going on for another 11 days. Their entire Colonial line, dartboards and barrels, you can get 10% off your order by using the promo code Colonial10. And hey, given these economic times, who couldn't use a little discount? Well, guess what? You get one by visiting a-zdarts.com on their Colonial line. Colonial10 is the promo code. All right. With all of that said, it is time to say hello to Jim, say hello to Keifer. Number 2 and number 3 seeds currently. Will it remain that way? We have yet to find out. Tonight, it's up to Jim to either win or tie to secure the number 2 seed. And for Keifer, it is going to be a matter of getting a win tonight in order to do so. We're going to begin with Jim because Keifer needs to turn his phone back on. So, Jim, how are you doing tonight, my friend? It is good to see you. Tell me how you're feeling going into this match, knowing that there's very little on the line, but the very opponent you're playing tonight is the one you're going to see in 48 hours.
Let me tell you, it's good to be seen. But I'll tell you, I've had a couple bad weeks of darts. I don't know that I've won a match in an important match in 2 weeks. So it is important tonight for me, just to play good, hit some doubles, and get ready for Friday. I know the seeding is already done, and second or third really doesn't make any difference. But Kiefer beat me on Saturday in another tournament, so yeah, looking forward to actually playing good and give him a.
So you've got a little bit of revenge on the mind. You've also got a little bit of righting the ship on the mind. So I downplayed it for absolutely no reason, is what you're telling me, and that's okay. I get it. I appreciate it nonetheless. But taking a look at the season in general, what you've experienced here as we made this pivot into virtual darts, how has that experience been for you, and what has been your experience overall?
Something. I've had a webcam for a long time, and I never used it, and I never went online and played and stuff. And this quarantine has forced me and lots of guys, I'm sure, to get used to playing online. And I'm playing more darts than I've ever played in my life. I could play a tournament every day, and it's funny. Like you get into a rut, it's a big deal. Uh, it's not like in a regular tournament, you lose on Sunday, you played poorly or whatever, you got 5 days and or whatever, 7 days till the next tournament. So it's been a little tricky, honestly. You want to play better. I enjoy it. I can play people from anywhere. I'm just playing too much, I think. But anyways, it's
Well,
good.
I mean, well, not in everyone else's eyes, because we got a lot of people in the chat room right now saying how much they love watching you shoot. I'm supposed to be unbiased as a broadcaster, but I'm going to back that up as well. We appreciate everything you've done. We appreciate you being part of this. There's only really one tournament that matters, and it's ours. But I appreciate the fact that you've been playing others as well. I mean, yeah, how could you not? But thank you, and for being a part of the production as well, setting everything up. We do appreciate that. And now I'm going to pivot over to Mr. Keifer Durham, one of the standouts of the Evo Tour, and is now making waves in the CDC. Keifer, first and foremost, how are you doing, and how have you been? I haven't talked to you in quite some time.
I'm good. Just playing lots, still working. I'm one of those essential workers, so I'm still working that 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, but playing as much darts as I possibly can in the meantime after work and on the weekends. And like Jim said, I played a little tournament on Saturday, and I got the best of them there, but, I'm sure tonight is going to be a really, really close match.
And with that in mind, do you worry about Jim coming after you tonight with revenge on his mind and also trying to right the ship? He had a couple of disappointing matches over the past couple of weeks. I know Canadians are supposed to be polite and courteous to each other, but is it time to drop those gloves?
Uh, I don't think so. I think no matter what tonight the outcome is, we got to play Friday night anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Tonight's just about fun and just playing a good friend. So we're gonna play our best darts, and the better player will win tonight.
Two last questions for you, Kiefer. I see above your darts, your dart board rather, you have trophies. What are the trophies we see there? Obviously, we're not going to be able to pan up, but just tell us what we've got there.
So the first three are my 3 Evolution Tour event, number 1, number 3, and number 11 wins, and then the other one is the CDC Evolution Tour Championship. Keep those up there as a constant reminder to keep motivated and just keep practicing.
Took the last question out of my mouth right there, which is perfect. And last but not least, people in the chat room want to know, is that a quarantine mustache?
Yes, it's about 3 months in the making. I can't grow facial hair worth my life, so I just decided to keep it and see how it goes.
It's almost like an etch and sketch. We really enjoy it. Keifer, thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys have a lot of fun. We'll let you get warmed up and get ready. Gentlemen, shoot well. Best of luck. Thank you for your time. And put on a good show for everyone tonight. We really appreciate it. Not a word from them lets me know that I have officially offended Canada. All right, so moving on. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who is in the chat room tonight. We really appreciate you guys watching. These guys are going to take a couple more darts, and then Jim won the bull shot in our private players room, which is exactly what you're looking at right now. It just happened behind the scenes, as do so many things here during the CDC Championship League that's probably left better unsaid and unseen. But of course, we want to thank Keifer and Jim for their time setting up their lighting and their cameras, and that goes for everyone, all 14 of our players here in the Championship League. You guys have been tremendous. And with that, gentlemen, it is game on. So, Jim, you get to lead.
Just tablet back up.
And, of course, our scoring is brought to you by Dart Connect.
Are you all set?
Yeah, I'm ready to go, bud.
And you well, brother.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Pleasantries exchanged. Bullshot out of the way. My inane drivel done. Now it's time to get down to business. Hello, Phil Freed. It's good to see you, my friend. And a 121 to open from Jim Long. Again, if this is the first time joining us, it is a race to 8, best out of 14. 2 points are on the line in the event of a tie. 7-7. Each player will receive 1 point. With that, Jim Long would indeed get the number 2 seed. These two will be playing against each other on Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Dart Connect Showcase. Keifer opens with a 60. Great cover shot by Jim Long on the third dart. Once again, I'm Colin Cosell, you're you, and
45.
These are Jim Long and Keifer Durham playing from their homes. I hope everyone is safe, comfortable, and healthy above all else. A big shout out to all of the healthcare workers and everyone working on the front line during this pandemic. Very strange times indeed. And once we get back to normalcy, it will be great to see you all in person. But in the meantime, just remember, no matter what, when you look back on this era, on this time, that the championship dart circuit presented you with live sports, something that no other sport could say. Keifer Durham with a nice big round there, one of the kings of the Evo Tour. Jim Long, of course, represented Canada at the Alley Pally. The first year we sent CDC players over there, Jim Long and Chuck Pulio.
100.
There's a ton from Keifer Durham, and we are all notched up at 156 with Jim. A chance to take it out. Not going to do it with that first dart. And, of course, we want to give a huge thanks to our sponsors all throughout this regular season and into the postseason, Magic Darts Incorporated, a-zdarts.com, for all of your darts and basically every bar sport you could think of. All of those needs fulfilled
100.
by a-zdarts.com. So after Jim Long's ton 40 now, 16 left. One dart could do it. Fair marker. Second dart is in. Jim Long holds throw. So it's 17 darter to begin for Jim Long. James Eugenia has created a drinking game for us tonight. Oh, That's a 180 for Keifer Durham. As I do my shout out to Anthony Eugenia in the middle of talking about his brother James, who's created a drinking game for every shot or every round over a 141. Have a drink. Well, guess what Keifer Durham just made you do? So we will be losing James by leg 3. By the way, by leg 7, afterwards, we will be taking a break. A reminder
100.
that we have a sweepstakes underway once again. Jackpot, Adrian Lewis darts, signature darts. The package signed by Jackpot himself, Ross Snook Flights, and Fit Flight Case, all going to
140.
our winner. There's a ton of 40 from Jim Long, now down to the almighty 301. Don't know about you, but when I played in the Westchester Dart League and the Norwalk British Dart League in
100.
Fairfield County, Connecticut, 301, double in, double out. Always a good time. Probably the only time I ever hit a 9-darter. Keifer Durham is now down to a 121. Oh, look at Jim Long. And that's a 180. A beautiful zoom in by the one and only Kevin Malenfant. So we've got a couple of maximums here. Now, Keifer Durham.
93.
Oh, just misses the double 14 for the 121 out. Can Jim Long follow suit? Somehow Keifer's board in pure high def, but his body is trapped in the matrix. Jim Long now. Perfect first. Perfect second.
107.
Oh, it falls into the corner that he hated the most. Now Keifer trying to walk it in.
21.
Ooh. A 21 from Keifer. 21. You'd think that would be his age. He's actually 25. Jim Long now, trying to show him how it's done.
First dart.
First dart, and kind of showing the young man how it's done. The old man in the see you later in that leg, number 2. Jim Long now with a 2-0 lead. Again, these two just played in some tournament. That means nothing to us on Saturday because it's not us. But Keifer bested Jim in that. So Jim looking to get a win tonight. Also looking to right the ship after a couple of tough losses here in the CDC Championship League and secure the number 2 seed. Again, these two will be playing on Friday, 8 p.m. on Dart Connect. There will be a watch party. I'll be watching, talking. Been doing a lot of that this week. You guys are used to it at this point. And for those who are watching it on mute, well, thanks. Real nice. Jim Long now, back-to-back tons. Keifer Durham opening with a 60, but watch out. Man who made waves and made a name for himself in the door.
140.
That's a 140, and we are notched up once again.
$100.
And a 100, Jim Long leaving the Trip 20 just in case you wanted to know what it looked like. I've forgotten. I haven't thrown one in quite some time. Now,
140.
That's a 140. That's identical to his very last 3 darts. Tremendous job. Tremendous darts from Keifer. Gets him down to an out. Now Jim Long hoping to get himself down to an out. He has done so. That much is guaranteed. Love the last dart there. Keifer looking for a 161 out. Not going to get it. Jim Long will have a shot at it to take a 3-0 lead.
137.
That's a nice 137 out of Keifer, though. Double 12 awaits him if Jim Long does not take this out. It's a good slugfest so far. Really loving these darts. For a match that, well, except for that one. But for a match that essentially means nothing, it means everything
82.
to these two because, again, they will be playing again on Friday in the first round, the divisional semifinals, all 4 matches, all on Dart Connect, DC TV.
Third dart.
Third dart, and Keifer Durham is on the board. It is now 2-1. On to leg 4 we go. Keifer Durham leading off after breaking Jim.
60.
Take notice, if you will, at the bottom of your screen, that lower third, as we call it in the industry, 96 and 97 averages on the match. We've seen a lot of players throughout.
40.
There's a nice ton 40 from Jim Long. We've seen a lot of players struggle to get the engine revved and going, trying to pivot themselves from being a part of the production, getting that set up, and then
45.
getting into a comfortable rhythm with their darts. It has been a strange time and a bit of a growing process for everyone. But not tonight. Tonight they're coming out throwing like, wait one moment, that's a 180 out of Jim Long. But everyone's kind of had well, except for Joe Chaney, the chainsaw come out firing in every match. I mean, just
100.
diabolical darts. And of course, we had our first ever championship dart circuit 9-darter thrown by the man, Sean Brenneman, who I called the showboat Sean Brenneman. He's still the man. He'll stay with that. I get it. A historic night that I certainly will never forget. He provided the color commentary. I was just along for the ride. Look at this.
140.
That's a 140 from Keifer Durham. Enough to get him down to an out, if and only if Jim Long does not take out this 86. First dart, perfect. Second dart, perfect. Jim Long takes out the 86. Wow, what a leg out of these two. An 11-darter out of Jim Long brings his average up to 104 on the match. A man possessed. Everyone in the Canadian division, take note. Jim Long is back.
140.
There's a 140 from Long. What a great match we are seeing here. We're only in the 5th leg. We are guaranteed at least 5 more legs. Again, it is a race to 8 out of 14. 2 points on the line. Jim Long, with a win or a tie, will take the number 2 seed. Keifer Durham needs a win outright in order to take the number 2 seed. Jim Long, they say the Canadians are nice. They're calm, they're cool and collected.
100.
Jim Long playing like he is pissed. Got a nice crowd here tonight watching right along with us. I see you in the chat room. To answer your question, Phil, it is definitely James.
140.
There's a ton 40 out of Keifer, brings him down to a 180. So that is not an out, but Jim Long's not down to 1 either. So onward we go. Keifer with a very respectable 94 average going into this 5th leg. Can't see that second dart. And a 100, says Jim Long, and that is verified by our dear friends at Dart Connect. Saving hands from dry erase markers and chalk.
140.
There's a ton 40 from Keifer Durham. Durham just absolutely tremendous pressures now on Jim Long. He took out the 86 before. How about a 76, Jim? Oh, he's going double 18. Lines it up, takes his time, maybe just a little bit too much. So now Keifer looking to make it 3-2. Climbs the ladder 2 rungs too far.
30.
And then just inside the wire of the 10. So now Jim Long to take a 4-1 lead on Keifer Durham. Takes his time, lines it up.
Second.
Second dart goes in. That 23-gram Jim Long prototype by 180 darts falls right into the bed and makes it a 4-1 lead over Keifer. Come Friday, that'll be the third time these gentlemen have played against each other in a 6-day span. Some tournament on Saturday, that matters not. Tonight's match, that matters a lot. And then, of course, on
100.
Friday, the match that means the most. The first round, the divisional semifinals. What a tremendous warm-up for Friday indeed. And that's a ton 40 out of Jim Long. Keifer, nice first. Oh, gorgeous second. How about that third, Keifer?
140.
All right, a ton 40 is more than acceptable. And is going to keep James Eugenia away from his drink. Now, back to Jim Long. I stand corrected by David Garfinkel. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Those aren't prototypes now. Jim Long's darts are for sale. Go buy them. Get yourself a ton 40 and a ton like Jim does. Again, these are the fun caveats. Oh, a bounce out. Keifer gets Pulio'd. The fun caveats of doing these broadcasts is you get to hear the players interact. You get to hear them react in real time, straight from their voices. And I get to interact with you there in the chat room. There's another ton 40 out of Jim Long, making sure we all see it. A gentleman and a scholar.
60.
60 from Keifer Durham gets himself down to an out, if and only if Jim doesn't take this out. Now, Jim, with a 101 average on the match. Keifer Durham with a 95 average on the match. Boy, does this tell you guys the remainders in the league what to expect come playoff time? The level has been elevated in a match that is only jockeying for second and third. Both these gentlemen are going to have second and third. They're going to be playing on Friday. Can't stress that enough. Sending a message to each other and to the rest of the league. I asked them to talk trash to each other. They told me no because they're Canadians and they're too nice. But not nice there by Jim Long. There's the double 20, taking a 5-1 lead as we go into the seventh leg, after which we'll take a break. A 13-darter out of Jim Long there. He's had an 11-darter tonight as well. Tremendous showing, his average up to 103 now after breaking Keifer. The man who represented the CDC and Canada at the Alley Pally against one of the kings of the Evo Tour in Keifer Durham.
92.
And now Bones himself, John Ronholm, is watching. John Ronholm is in the house. Took time from fraternizing with such celebrities as Jim Brewer to watch Jim Long knock down another ton 40. I hope someone's keeping score at home because Jim is knocking them down like they offended his family.
28.
My goodness. 28 from Keifer Durham. So Keifer maybe feeling a bit of the pressure or feeling a bit deflated by Jim Long's unbelievable darts. You wouldn't be able to tell by Keifer's average.
$140.
Another ton 40 from Jim Long. Just enough to keep everyone entertained and sober based on the James Eugenia game he's got going on there in the chat room. So why not a ton 64? Why not, Jim Long? Well, that's why. Oh, an exasperated sigh from a man who's been shooting
94.
lights out. 94 leaves him 70. Plenty of time, even if Keifer hits a maximum. Jim Long will have plenty of time. And a reminder that starting Friday with those playoffs right through to the finals, it will be a race to 9 of 17. All 4 matches, all division semifinals on Friday, 8 p.m. First dart perfect from Jim Long. Second dart. Oh, my goodness. Jim Long is on fire. Someone call the fire department, grab an extinguisher, grab a hose, grab an ice bucket. I don't know. Do something. Jim Long is about to torch this entire feed.
I can't hear anything, so I don't know. I'm pretty
We
sure
are
we take a
on
break
our
right now,
break
right?
with that one.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim, we are now in our break. Go and towel off, man. You were on fire. That was unbelievable showing from Jim Long, taking the 6-1 lead. Again, it is a race to 8. Keifer Durham has got his work cut out for him. And right now, we are all going to step away. I hope you keep on watching, though. Here is a word from our sponsor, Magic Darts Incorporated. And once again, every bit of the Colonial line designed by Magic Darts Incorporated, the dart boards, the barrels, they are all available for 10% off during these tough economic times. Go to a-zdarts.com and order up some Colonial dart boards and barrels, and at the end of your order, use the promo code Colonial10 and get 10% off the entire Colonial line. Thank you to Magic Darts Incorporated, our sponsor, and a-zdarts.com for supplying everything you could possibly need, from billiards to darts to dice, whatever your game is. It is a all-encompassing game store. Go and check it out. And of course, we've got our sweepstakes starting tonight, right after this match. That is 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, May 20th. You can start entering at the end of this match. That would be whenever this ends. But you have a chance to win Adrian Lewis Jackpot darts, his signature darts signed by Adrian Lewis himself, as well as a set of Fit Flight Air Signature Ross Nook flights from Cosmo Darts and Fit Flight. And you can also win, along with that, a set of Fit Flight case to hold said Ross Snook flights. All you got to do is go to the Facebook page for the CDC, facebook.com/champdarts, and answer all 3 questions correctly based on the live match you're watching right now to enter the sweepstakes. only one entry per person. Multiple entries will disqualify you, and no one in the CDC family is allowed to participate. So don't worry, we're not going to stack the odds in our favor. So taking a look at what is up to come, we have the playoffs starting on Friday. In the U.S. division, Long versus Pulio, Mawson versus Lauby. Canadian division, Campbell versus Edmonds. Canadian division, Long versus Durham. Whether or not that's going to be 2 versus 3, we don't know yet. That remains to be seen. We'll find that out tonight. But I do know this. Jim Long right now is on fire. Jim Long has been tearing up the board. He's been shooting over a 100 average. And you will be able to see him play against Keifer again like you are tonight on Friday. There will be a watch party, and it will be on Dart Connect TV. We will not be live streaming it. We will return the live stream on Tuesday with a doubleheader of the finals for the United States and Canada. And then on Wednesday, the ultimate final, the United States winner versus the Canadian winner for our first ever Championship League Ultimate Champion. So with that in mind, I implore there are 2 shooters, Jim Long and Keifer Durham, to finish up, wrap things up, and get back to the line. Again, 104 average for Jim Long, playing like a man possessed. Will the break affect his darts? We will find out in just a moment. Keifer Durham, will the break give him a chance to get a breather and get back into this? A tie will get Jim into the number 2 seed. A win will get him the number 2 seed as well. Keifer Durham requires a win to get the 2nd seed. So, gentlemen, when you are ready, it is time to get this game back on. Keifer Durham will be leading off our 8th leg. Again, it is Jim Long, 6, Keifer Durham, 1. I'm Colin Cosell. You are you. We're all at home. Hope you're safe and healthy and doing what you have to do to get through these troubling times. Gentlemen, game on.
Good to go, Jim?
Right, anytime.
All right, buddy, let's do it.
And with that, we are underway. Jim's saying very confidently at any time, and I would say it the very same way, the way he's been shooting tonight. Unbelievable darts out of Jim Long. Just tremendous, and picking up exactly where he left off. Jim Long.
80.
And a very casual 180 out of Jim Long to lead off this 8th leg. His dart's so exciting, I just scared our dog Bagel out of the room. And he thinks I'm mad at him. He doesn't know that I'm excited about the darts, and if you love the darts, stand up. I don't care if you're in a recliner, your bed, your couch, on the floor, whatever you're doing there. Look at this. Oh, there's a ton 40 from Jim Long. I was really hoping for our 2nd 9-darter in CDC history and the 2nd one of this tour, or this league, I should say. Keep going back to the tour. I am pre-programmed. Either way, Jim Long, tremendous darts thus far. Jim Long wants that number 2 seed. He wants to avenge a loss to Keifer in some tournament on Saturday and wants to let him know what he's going to be facing off against on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern via Dart Connect. There will be a watch party.
100.
Keifer saying 100 like he's disappointed in it. Can't say I blame him. This is tough. This is tough to play against a man possessed the way Jim Long is right now.
49.
Jim just kind of having fun, working his way around the board, getting down that double 16. Boy, with a ton 40, well, a ton 80 would have been huge for Keifer right there.
140.
But a ton 40 doesn't hurt either. Now a bit of pressure on Jim Long, pressure that Jim has not felt in quite some time.
First dart.
And the first dart falls in for Jim Long, trying to make this a quick and early night for all of us. 7-1 lead. Now, if Jim Long holds throw, he will win the night 8-1. He will secure the number 2 seed, and he will face off against Keifer Durham no matter what on Friday. And a ton 40 from Jim Long. Jim Long, disappointed in the last 2 weeks of darts that he's played. Tonight, everything is clicking for Jim Long.
60.
Keifer, frustration in his voice. The 3-time 2018 CDC Evo Tour champ, 4-time CDC Evo Tour finalist,
54.
and the 2018 Evo Tour champion. Tore it up in 2018. 2019, started making waves in the CDC proper, and now this year,
97.
a household name for sure. 97 out of Durham. Jim Long, of course, PDC World Cup in 2019 and the World Championship qualifier at the Alley Pally. A 99 out of Jim Long now. Keifer Durham
140.
gets a ton 40. Gotta love a never say die attitude out of him. Then again, he's put that same exact attitude into his mustache. He said he's been growing it for a couple of months now. Looks like someone just kind of scribbled on his upper lip. But we appreciate the effort, and we love the fact that he's been a part of this virtual league. Again, huge thanks to Peter Cetera, Anthony Eugenia, L. David Irete, and of course, our dear friend Jeff Good, who will be returning to the United States in 1 month's time. And that's a 180 out of Keifer Durham now. But the way these gentlemen have pivoted and made this league happen has been tremendous. We thank you all at home for your support, all the players for being a part of the production team, and the first dart drops for Keifer Durham. So Keifer, not done yet. Jim Long's average drops from a 105 to a 102. I mean, for shame? I mean, what do you say there? Keifer Durham, on the other hand, ups his average to 91. Keifer Durham starting to catch fire. Keifer Durham, 2 perfect darts.
125.
The third one. His flight got in the way, deflected it down to the 5. Still a 125. Absolutely gorgeous. The high match average, thank you, David Garfinkel, so far throughout this league is a 94.7. Right now, Jim Long decimating that. Needs a strong finish in order to do so. Keifer Durham.
140.
That's a 140 from Keifer Durham. Don't go to bed yet, folks. 5 straight legs of darts like that, and Keifer Durham's going to come away with a tie. No matter what, Jim Long has secured the number 2 seed. That much we know for sure. But can Keifer send a message back to Jim? Now it is all about the preview for Friday night between these two. Again,
54.
Come Friday and come next week, it will all be a race to 9. Best of 17. 4 divisional semifinals on Friday. The U.S. and Canadian division finals.
100.
There's a 100 from Jim Long, the first disappointment I've heard out of his voice all night. The U.S. and Canadian division finals on Tuesday.
60.
In a back-to-back doubleheader, we will be live streaming. You better all be there. And then, of course, the finals on Wednesday, the 27th, my wife's birthday. But guess where I'll be? On the mic
100.
and here with you watching darts. And guess where my wife will be? She said, Julia said she will be making popcorn and watching along with us. They don't make them like her anymore, guys. Now, Keifer Durham.
111 or 115.
A 115 from Keifer. Jim Long now can end the night. Just misses the needed trip 20.
47.
Instead, comes away with a 47. That results in an 88. 3, double 2, Keifer to stay alive. Good marker. Oh, just a bit too high, and Keifer's in the nut house. Jim Long to win the night now. That double 7 has been the bane of Keifer's existence, not just one time tonight. Seen it a couple times for both players, really. Now Jim Long. He's going the double bowl route, folks. Oh, and he wires it. Jim Long, who's been on fire all night, leaves himself a 25. Richard Ashdown, how dare you?
No score.
Keifer Durham with the bust. I won't even address that little Richard. How dare you? Jim Long now to win the night and end week 7. The final week. 7 weeks, 42 matches. This is match number 42, and it's over. Just like that, Jim Long secured the number 2 seed just a few legs ago, and now puts the exclamation point on the match and on the season, doing so with the highest average of the entire season, doing it in match number 42. I will get to Jim in just a moment. Keifer Durham is standing at his mark.
Hey,
Keifer, I can't even hardly hear you anymore.
No, I can barely hear you too. Here, come on. Let me. Can you hear me better now?
What happened? Like from, I think like the ninth leg on.
Yeah.
I had to just watch because I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you kept cutting out too. It was weird.
You're not cutting out at all. My volume's just low.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know one thing's for sure. You guys were able to watch the scores at least, and
unreal, Jim. That was fantastic.
Hey, I took some time off. Actually, makes a big difference.
Absolutely, I think that was my mistake. I took yesterday off because I was playing like 4 days in a row, and then I took yesterday off. I was like, I'll take a little break, but I think that's what did me in a little bit. I just, got a little lazy, but it was a good game.
You played fantastic, honestly. The first 5 legs were incredible.
Yeah, missed doubles. Missed doubles. But hey, that's the game, right? We'll have a rematch on Friday.
Yeah, we will.
Gentlemen, if I may interject.
Okay.
First and foremost, this is the second time where, as a lead broadcaster, I actually was able to allow the players themselves add the color commentary. I thank you for that. It has been Sean Brenneman during his 9-darter, of course, that is well documented, providing the color commentary per every dart after his perfect 6. And now you guys with the post-game interview, this is awesome. I mean, this is something that no other broadcaster in the world has ever gotten to experience. So I thank you for that. Keifer, you summed it up yourself. You took a day off. You feel like that made the difference. Does that mean you're going to change your routine now leading into Friday, and you're going to play all day tomorrow and all day Friday?
Well, I'm not going to play all day tomorrow because I still got to go to work. But I'll definitely, when I get home from work, I'm definitely going to hit the board for at least 3 hours, and probably the same thing before my match on Friday. I wasn't unhappy with the way I played. My scoring was good, but my doubling and my finishing, it was bad. But that's the game of darts, and you move on.
So there will be a rubber match. It is now 1-1 in these first few days. There will be a rubber match for your third match in 6 days on Friday. Taking a look at that, taking a look at what you saw tonight. Obviously, Jim was on fire. You know what you're capable of. But one question for everyone at home, especially for the up-and-comers, the amateurs out there, when you see your opponent shooting the way Jim does, what does that do for your psyche, and how do you keep yourself at least at an elevated level?
For me, honestly, I don't really watch my opponent's score, but obviously he's telling me his score, so I know what he's scoring. I can see it on Dart Connect, but for me, it fuels my hate fire, and when I see him playing better, it makes me shoot better. So my mentality going into that is just, I know what I'm capable of. I know what he's capable of. So I focus, I dial in, and I play my game.
Keifer, we really appreciate it. Tremendous job throughout this season, and tremendous job on the mustache. Forgive me for the comments I made. If you will go back and watch the commentary from tonight, it was just one comment, I swear. But in all honesty, thank you for being part of this production, and we wish you the best of luck on Friday against Jim. And go ahead. Thank you for working, by the way, and get your practice in. But ladies and gentlemen, Keifer Durham, thank you so much.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you to the CDC. I really appreciate it. It was a blast. I loved playing this league.
Awesome. And now over to Jim Long. Jim, you told us in the pre-match you were disappointed in the past 2 weeks. You told us you were disappointed in the loss on Saturday, and then you took some time off away from the board. You'd been throwing more darts than you ever have. What have you learned about yourself in the past 2 weeks as a dart shooter?
It's kind of funny. I felt good, scored okay, but I missed every important shot for the last 2 weeks, and nervous, just like. But the thing is, with this online darts, there's so much of it, and I can play every day, all day, and tournament every night. And when something bad happens, it gets in your mind, and then it stays there. So the time off, I took off, a day and a half for sure, and I've just practiced on my own, which I haven't done at all. All I did was I was shooting some triple 20s and stuff and relaxing stuff, and I'll be honest, watching some guys that I know. Uh, a buddy who plays a lot of the online darts over here, a guy named Scott Marsh, watching some of his games, and he's just so relaxed and so like smooth. And I just wanted to just relax and just not tighten up and just shoot good and see how it goes. And like I said, Keifer is a real product of the system. He played amazing in the Evolution Tour. He shot a 95 average against me last weekend to beat me, and that's his second straight win against me. He beat me in Syracuse, New York. I was up 3-0. He won the last 4 straight with great darts. It's not like I went in the tank or anything. He just played really good. So that's what you want to see. You want to see good darts. You want to see good dart players, guys fitting in, feeling better about themselves. And like I said, every guy that we send over from the CDC to play in the William Hill will be better every year because of the competition we're facing here all the time.
And you were one of the icebreakers in that very CDC to PDC connection there. And of course, we appreciate what you've done, and of course, the respect to Keifer Durham. He's well respected throughout the league. Jim Long, in match number 42, the final match of the regular season, you bested Gary Mawson's average of 94.7. We know that this is a very mental game. You shot a 99 average tonight. You were able to focus and get those Jim Long darts that we're used to seeing out of you. Mentally, when you started shooting and you didn't have to watch your opponent shoot, which is such an interesting aspect to this virtual league, how were you able to focus? Were you realizing the way you were shooting, or was it just you put on your blinders and shoot?
So what happened was, like, for the first 8, 9 legs, I could hear his darts hitting the board, hear him calling his score, and that's all I need. After that, like, it went silent. I could hardly hear his darts hitting the board, and I was trying to listen, and I think I got a little bit distracted. But also, my wife tried to tell me what my average was at the break, and I was like, "Don't tell me." And then you told me, Colin. So I didn't know it was 104, but I know that at that time, I'm sure Keifer was in the high 90s because he ended at 87. But I'll tell you, the first 5, 6 legs were, I think, all right around 15 darts, and he was like on me and pushed me the whole time. So That's the way it is.
Well, a tremendous job tonight, Jim. And with that, a bit of momentum. I can't wait to see you guys exchange pleasantries once again on Friday, at least in the virtual world. Again, it is going to be on Dart Connect TV. We are going to have a watch party. Everyone is going to be watching you too. I appreciate all of your hard work. I wish you both the best of luck. And I wish I could say I will see both of you next Tuesday, but there can be only one. So do you have any words for each other as we move forward?
You're going down, Jim.
Okay, so that's not what I'm going to say. That's an American saying there. But I just wanted to say, because you didn't give us the opportunity that we had last night from Larry and Nick to just thank all the people watching. Hopefully they had some good times watching the darts. We had good times playing them. Obviously, great dart players, great meaningful games against friends of ours online, and hopefully it was some good entertainment. And I'm ready for Friday, just so you know.
I love it. I love every minute of it, and thank you, Jim, for calling me out. You are absolutely right. I didn't, and the reason for that being is both of you are alive and moving on, and we know for sure that Nick Lindberg is the #1 seed. So, as a broadcaster, I appreciate it. I don't mind being called out. I am punchy and tired, and I told you that from the get go. So, I like a nice little backhanded swipe from a Canadian. That's much appreciated.
Hey, that's
And
all I
a
can do, I
shrug. I
guess.
love it. I love it. Well, guys, just to let you know, with that, Jim Long is your #2 seed. Keifer Durham is #3 seed. They will be playing against each other in the Dark Connect Showcase Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as Matt Campbell and Kylie Edmonds, the #1 and #4 seeds, respectively. Nick Lindberg, the #1 seed, versus Chuck Pulio, the #4 seed. And you've got, I've completely lost track of who the other playoff matches are at this point. It's going to be
good,
Gary
though.
Moss. It's going to be Gary Mawson and Danny Lauby. They will be playing a rematch of the CDC Championship, the Continental Cup Championship from last fall. So, gentlemen, go get some rest. Job well done. Congrats on a phenomenal season. Best of luck on Friday, and I will see one of you on Tuesday. Until then, thank you and take care.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Colin.
having us.
Guys, absolute class acts. Two phenomenal ambassadors to the league and to our organization, and we really could not be luckier to have Jim Long and Keifer Durham as members of the championship dart circuit. And we could not be luckier to have you as fans, and you could not be luckier to go out and partake in our sweepstakes, which is now underway. It is official. Go to the Facebook Championship Dart Circuit page. That is facebook.com/champdarts. Click on the link pinned post on the Championship Dart Circuit page and answer all 3 questions correctly based on the match that you just watched to enter the sweepstakes. 1 entry per person. The answers can be found on the Dart Connect match report available at tv.dartconnect.com. That will be up on the Facebook page shortly. Give us a little bit of time. We got to make sure we get those questions up, but it will be available tonight. It starts tonight. The winner will be announced next week. The winner will get signed Adrian Lewis Jackpot Darts, Ross Snook Flights, and Fit Flight Case. And of course, go to our sponsors, support the people who support us because they've got great products anyway. Go to a-zdarts.com, check out their Colonial line designed by Magic Darts. All of their barrels, their boards, 10% off for 11 more days. That's right. It ends on 5/31, May 31st. At the end of your purchase, just use the promo code Colonial10 to get 10% off. And during these tough times, who couldn't use a little break? Thank you all for watching at home. We really appreciate it. That is going to do it for tonight. And of course, while you're at magicdarts.com, or rather a-zdarts.com, make sure you check out their new blog posts. Our dear friend Dax Munna is on there, and man, is he a guru. Anyway, that is going to do it for tonight. I thank you all for tuning in, sharing, chatting, and enjoying one of the few live sporting events available in the world during these strange times. We'll be back on the stream next Tuesday for the U.S. and Canadian Division Finals doubleheader, but make sure you watch DCTV this Friday for the divisional semifinals As always, all matches will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern, except for the doubleheader, obviously. All rights to this broadcast are owned by Championship Darts Corporation. Any rebroadcast or retransmission, including messages or images and likeness without express written consent of the copyright holder, is strictly prohibited. This broadcast is brought to you by USA Darts Productions, courtesy of Kevin Malenfant and our super producer, L. David Irete. A special thanks to Chris Schick and David Garfinkel for the stats and info. I certainly would not sound this well informed without you. And to Jennifer Mounts for the unbelievable graphics. On behalf of Jim, your number 2 seed, Keifer, your number 3 seed, and our amazing crew working behind the scenes in the championship dart circuit, I am Colin Cosell saying stay home, stay safe, take care of one another, be kind, and I will see you next Tuesday. Woo!